Hello, slow parenting family from across the globe. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of the Slow Parenting Podcast on Nostalgia Media. My name is Richie Adewusi. Thank you for being part of our show today. And like has happened in a number of episodes this season, I am not alone. Okay, I brought those beautiful women, those very knowledgeable mothers, to be part of this program today. Today, we're going to be looking at the one of the programs of the Universal Parenting Institute. One of our flagship program at this time is the Engendering Family Bonding Program. We talked a little bit about it the last episode, but today we're going to be talking specifically about the Engendering Family Bonding Program. I want to welcome first, so that, like I said, I'm not going to be talking alone. At this time, I want to welcome um, Tony Phyllis Wiggins. Tony, you're welcome from all the way from Jos. But first of all, I had said as we start this program today that we are going to observe a minute silence in memory of the lives that are lost in Jos over the weekend, to commiserate with the families and the government and peoples of Plateau State and the government and peoples of Nigeria in general. So you could go ahead and say you're welcome, then we'll observe the 1 minute.
Thank you for always having me. My name remains Tony Phyllis Wiggins.
Thank you, Tony. Tony lives in Jos. We told you she's all the way from Jos, Plateau State. And incidentally, we have this horrendous news that each time I remember it, tears well up in my eyes. I kid you not. I can't watch any of those videos without getting emotional. And I just can't explain what would warrant such sustenance of wastage of life in Nigeria, especially in that region. So we're going to just pause for 1 minute at this moment. Just pray for the families, all the individuals. Mercy with our Lord.
Amen.
May the families that are left behind find comfort in the community, in the living, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Well, we are part of the global community, so anything that happens affects us, all of us. And in this case, it hits home directly where Tony is joining us from, in the very city where she lives, in the very state where she lives. Okay, not when you say state, state is big. In the city where she lives, just a different part of the city. What the first thing I did was to reach out to her to say, Tony, are you okay? I hope everybody is okay. And they say, I'm okay. But are we okay, really? Can we be okay? There's a poet that I love his work. He says it doesn't make sense. I'm paraphrasing for you to ask who are they ringing the bell for. So the bell rings for all of us. Yeah? So it makes sense to ask for whom the bell tolls. The bell tolls for all of us because all of us are going to go that way one day. But what becomes important is how have we lived with others? Okay, how have we lived with others? And that should continually be our question. How am I living? How am I encouraging other people to live with others? So that's our bit here. It's heavy, it's challenging, but what can we do? Yes, what can we do? But there's still plenty we can do and plenty we must continue to do. That's the point here. And then we have started with this little bit that we can show that can be done. The least you can do at least is pray for that community. Pray for those families. Pray for the individuals that have lost people. Okay. So today, Tony, well, we missed the question, and I really want us to start there today, And by the way, family listening, watching me at this time, yes, it is out. Finally, the co-parenting book, the effective co-parenting strategies for success. I wrote it, yes. Well, by the way, Tony wrote the preface. So the people who are involved in that book are here. I'm sure that Dr. Chikondi will join us at some point in the program. Okay. So, yeah, a community member sent in, incidentally, I didn't notice the question before we closed the last episode, okay? We would have answered it then, but it's still very relevant for this episode at this time. The question is this. I want your perspective before we begin to maybe talk policy and all of that about it. It says, how do you ensure consistency in the quality of mentorship across different locations globally? It's talking now about the programs of the Universal Parenting Institute, including the Engendering Family Bonding Program. It says, how do we ensure consistency in quality of mentorship? Twain?
My take would be, I will just tell a little story before answering the question.
Okay.
A few days ago, I think upper week, the government of this state that I am, Plateau State in Jos, in Nigeria, started a program for young entrepreneurs. After training them, they felt that these people, if they just let them go that way, they might lose all the things that they have taught them. So they felt they need to bring on board some women that are accomplished in their various fields as mentors to these young entrepreneurs. So we were paired with two mentees that we're going to mentor for the next 3 months. So this is the first phase we are going to be doing. So the answer to that question is, if you don't want to be mentored, nobody can force you into a particular mode. So when it comes to parenting, we are only here to share basic knowledge of what we know about, maybe filling the gap where we have failed. We have gotten knowledge from other people that, oh, if I had done it this way, maybe I wouldn't have taken that decision I took. So we are here in Universal Parenting Institute to share the knowledge that we have with parents, how they can go about raising their children. But when we share our knowledge with them consistently in this program, and they are not following the laid down rules and regulations that we are giving to them, we can't force it down their throat, just like we can't force mentees to follow what we are saying. So we are here to share our knowledge. All the black holes we are falling into as we parent, on how you shouldn't fall into those black holes. So, and we are here constantly sharing. So if you are not following what we are saying, then it is not our fault that you are not parenting well. It is not our fault that you are not following the rules. So we are just here to share our knowledge with you on how you can parent your children. So the onus rests on your shoulders to either follow through or fall out.
Thank you so much, Oyin. Thank you so much for that perspective. Now, the first thing here is, of course, it's a program. This is not a talk show. Okay. The Engendering Family Bonding Program is not a talk show. It's not a seminar. It's not a workshop. It's not a training. It's a program. Okay. That means it is structured in a sustainable manner. That means there are standards. Okay. We have a core of mentors, mentees, facilitators that have our mentorship frameworks, both for the parents through CopperNet. We will discuss CopperNet in details next episode. Okay, today we are discussing the entire program itself. We will mention what CopperNet is, what it's meant to be. Next episode we are going to discuss CopperNet in detail. The episode after that, we're going to discuss the PIPE global, mentorship framework for their children, for the children. Okay. So this person is concerned about consistency and quality of mentorship. That consistency, thank you, first of all, for asking this question. I don't know if that person is here today. Sorry, we didn't take it last episode. The consistency you've mentioned is a good thing to note. We've taken note of that. The program is designed. The trainings, like we said, it's not a training. It's a program that includes training, mentorship, counseling, okay, facilitation, and some, if you like, the mentorship would include some one-on-ones, in-person counseling, where that is possible, where the counselee and the counselor are in the same geographical location. That can happen. It can be arranged. We'll merge individuals and families to mentors and counselors that are accessible to them. However, all of our mentors and counselors are accessible to all community members virtually. Okay? There's a hotline they could call if you're a member of CopperNet. It's a hotline for if you're a member of PIPE Global. Like I said, we would explain what all of these acronyms mean when we get to talk about them in detail. So our training modules are standard. So if you are coming in as a facilitator or of this program in any part of the world, you are using our training model. Okay, that's you are not is on what the only difference is going to be about presentation style and cultural nuances of the local environment, which of course, if you have followed us here, we said always that we encourage parents to leverage their culture, their tradition, okay, their family values to parent their children. We're not changing that here. Okay, so our facilitators, our mentors, and our counselors are going to help with getting families to leverage from their culture, from their tradition. That is also why in every country where this program is being run, in every community where this program is being run, we recruit local facilitators, local mentors, local counselors who are qualified, yes, by profession or by experience. Okay, these are things we're using as standard. We recruit mentors, facilitators, counselors who are qualified by training or experience, or both. You have Toyin is a qualified counselor, both ways, by training, by experience. She's a parent. She's waiting to be a grandparent. Yours truly that's talking here, I'm mentoring even my grandchildren now. I have one now that's a teenager. Yes. So we keep passing this intentionally. That is the point. Not by default. Not just waiting, oh, it will happen. Just press the factory setting to go back to grandparents' default set. No. We intentionally follow the program that we've planned, the training modules that we've developed, the mentorship framework that we've developed, both for parents and their children. Okay, we would explain those. So those are the things we have put in the program to standardize it. As Tony has said earlier, yes, we can't force people, but we are there as a community to provide support. Okay, there's no one size fits all in parenting, but you are there to share experience. Okay, you are there to look at resource materials that are available. Those resource materials are also produced by people who have one type of experience or the other that they have felt necessary, to share, document in a video or a book. Okay, like we said, you are not going to come into, our facilitators are not going to come to talk to people academically. They don't know. No. If you read any of the books that you see scrolling behind me, by the way, we have put the QR codes for each of the books. Okay, because people have been asking, how can we get the book? Well, even right here on the program, you can scan the QR code of any of the books that you find interesting, find of interest. Okay, you can scan the QR code and then go follow the code to the online store where you can pick up a copy. Okay, so when I saw this question, I said, no, we should not overlook it, because it's key, it's central for the person who came up with this question to say, that means that the person has thought about how are you going to make this work. Okay, we didn't just come up, and I repeat again, the Universal Parenting Institute is only going to be inaugurated in December. Okay, so we are still consulting, okay, building partnerships at this time. Okay, and we are doing that using our flagship program that we are here to discuss today, the Engendering Family Bonding Program. Okay, that is at this time the entry point for parents to be part of this program. At this point, we are building partnerships globally in different countries, different communities, for partners that will take the program to, at this time, we are focusing on private, secondary, and primary schools in the countries that we're working on. The reason for that is, deliberate. It's intentional. Parents are all over the place. Parents have children in public schools, in private schools. But the focus on private schools at this time is that we have to do the work that will now benefit the parents and their children in public schools. Every program costs money to implement. Okay, so right now we are looking for private schools that could partner with us to implement the program through their PTAs in their schools, because there's a cost to benefiting from the program. Eventually, the success stories from the private school interventions would enable us or help us to now be able to go to other partners from the organized private sector, from the international donor communities. Okay, this program, depending on individual partners in the different countries, not us now, okay, you will say, okay, this program has worked in my community, but it seems it's only for the rich right now because it's only in private school. But in public schools, the parents can't pay. Or so we believe they can't pay. But it's also not so we believe. From experience, we've seen that there's an apathy of parents with children in public schools to even be part of the PTA. PTA meaning Parent Teachers Associations. It's a difficult thing, let alone pay for self-improvement, because first and foremost, this program is for self-improvement of participating parents, which will now trickle down to their relationship with their children, which will bring about the family bonding, okay? The family bonding that we aim for the end of the product as a result of the intervention, okay? That's why we've called it the Engendering Family Bonding Program. Again, Tony is our partner in Plateau State, Nigeria, in Jos, Plateau State, Nigeria. So I'm going to ask Tony again, okay? Because some of you are listening and are like, okay, how do we become part of this? How did, you know? So we're going to hear from Tony what got her interested to say, oh, this makes sense for me. I think I want to be part of it. So Tony, once again, because we asked you this question last episode, but today we are discussing the program itself, the Engendering Family Bonding Program. What in the program made you, in the Engendering Family Program, made you develop an interest and say, oh, I think this would work for some parents in Jos, Plateau State?
You know, if you have made a lot of mistakes in the past, and then there is a pathway for people coming behind you not to make the same mistake, I think it's a good win-win. It's a good thing to embrace. So looking at the the totality of the program and how it's going to benefit the parent, that we help them to take better decision, raise better children, and then in so doing we have a better community. In fact, if we had had this kind of program before, it will have even helped our community not to have the kind of problem we are having right now. Because if we had raised the children well, they know that where their right start is where somebody else's own stops, or where their own stop is where somebody else's right starts. There will not be killing. There will not be people taking laws into their hands. So this program is a positive program for parents. It is a program that parents should be involved in. It is a program that schools should be happy to embrace, because the schools are the ones that takes in the children, and they listen to the children say a lot of things to them. They hear a lot of negative things coming from the families. So if these parents can go through some of the programs that we have in the Universal Parenting Institute, it will help them take better decisions, and it will help them raise better children. And in turn, we have a better society. Because if we are not raising our children well, we don't have a tomorrow. Like you said, the bell rings for all of us. So as the bell is ringing for me right now, it is ringing for someone else. And it might not be in the negative. I'm talking about rising up to learn the right thing on how to raise your children. So this fascinated me, and I wanted to be part of it so that I can teach the.
Okay, since we're having some technical issues with Tony's audio,
coming behind me,
she's
I
back.
can include them in the program so that they can become better parents. Are you hearing me?
We can
Hello?
hear you now. We can hear you now. Go
Hello?
ahead. We can hear you now.
Hello?
Yes.
Wow.
We can hear you
Can
now.
you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, please. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay. Okay, so better parenting, better children, and better community.
Thank you so much, Tony. Yes, you see, it's not about blowing your own trumpet. But again, if you don't blow your trumpet, I wonder who will blow it for you. Designing this program came about lots of personal experiences, lots of relationship issues, personal relationship issues, and then lots of relationship issues from multiple families that have canceled in the last 30 years. Okay? What we've learned are what we've used to design this program. So Now, the Engendering Family Bonding Program, which is, like we say, our flagship for the Universal Parenting Institute, is being mainstreamed through the PTAs in private secondary and primary schools at this point. It will eventually get to the public schools if the authorities, you just had to say, if parents bring their children up well, some of the situations we have in society will not be there. They will not be there. So you have these challenges in society because of parenting failures. And like the sage, I'll call him a sage, that's what he is. Fela Anikulapo Kuti, Nigerian musician. He sang in Teacher Don't Teach Me Nonsense. He said, when we are children, our parents are our teachers. When we go to school, teacher is our teacher. But when we begin to work, when we become adults, when we are in the system, government is our teacher. So in all of these steps in growth in life, okay, there are groups of people that fulfill that role, that sit in that position known as parents. So the term parenting or parent is not only biological, doesn't only refer to biological parents. In Africa, anyway, it is a known adage that it takes a village to raise a child. Okay? So, at different stages of the life of individuals, different segments, different individuals in society have a responsibility to parent, to teach. Okay? So, we are showing, I always like to show what is possible. Okay? If you like, this program, including the Institute, is a pilot for societies, for communities, for states, for countries that would want to adopt it, copy it, and step down in their own country. But you only have to do those in consultation with us, because there are copyright and intellectual property issues involved. Okay, so now when we're here to partner with local governments, state governments to run this, but we are starting with the private educational institutions to show how it can work, how it has worked. It is not new. We've implemented this program in Nigeria. If you request for any of the advocacy materials, we'll send to you. You have your email address. If you want how to reach us, check in the description of this particular episode. You will see our email addresses there. You could write, we will send you a copy of the flip book of the Engendering Family Bonding Program. You could go through it, you could get back to us and let us know how you want to partner with us. And we can have that discussion. So we get into the schools. The parents, through the PTA, get to register to go through a 1 day of 12 hours training or a 3 day of 3-hour training, hybrid. Parents that are not able to attend in person can participate virtually with their devices, regardless of wherever they are in the world. I'm here in Canada speaking. Tony is here, Tony is there in Jos, Nigeria, speaking to you. So technology has made it easy for us, if you like, easier for us to implement programs like this and maintain and retain standards like that person had asked in that question. Okay, so the training is the first thing. It is hybrid. The resource materials are detailed. The training modules, we have 6 modules for the training, 6 modules. We're going to have another episode to discuss the training modules, okay? As we go on, because we want to break this down. We don't want to load everything up in an episode of a 1-hour live stream and then everything is modeled up. Today, we are just discussing the general profile of that. So after the training, the parents who would have attended the training are enlisted, or they choose not to enlist into the COPANET Global. COPANET means Concerned Parents Network. It's a network of parents who have decided to intentionally parent better, okay? Meaning parent differently from what they've known. When you hear slow parenting, it's not necessarily indulgence. It's about you are there wanting your children to hear you. Your children also want you to hear them, okay? There's no disrespect in it. But when you begin to feel it's a disrespect for you to listen to your children, that is where the problem starts from. Okay? So part of this program is to let us go through the processes of doing things like that in win-win ways for everybody, the parents, the children. So when the parents have been listed into the Concerned Parents Network program on family community, there are mentors, there are counselors, okay, that you can ask questions or take your issues to one-on-one. We will match families, match individual members of that family in those families to mentors, to counselors that are best suited for their issues. For instance, a young mother is having difficulty feeding a child, an infant, and it's like, this child is not eating. I really don't know what to do. I've tried everything. There are nutritionists, there are pediatricians who are on the program as mentors, as counselors, who will say, okay, can we talk? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Let's even hear what you said you are trying. How have you been? So they are there to do that. That's COPANET. Okay. Now, PIPE Global. PIPE stands for Participatory Interactive Peer Education. Participative Interactive Peer is P-E-E-R, peer education, not P-A-I-R. Okay. P-E-E-R, peer education. And it is participatory, it's interactive because it's the young people that are going to be trained to educate themselves. Okay? Once parents go through the training, the children of those trained parents automatically qualify to be trained as peer educators in their school and being listed into the PIPE program to have their meetings and then also be able to pair, educate their peers in the school and even when they go home in their communities. Okay? Now, again, there are counselors, there are mentors that are in that community to help such young people. Tony just talked about mentees and mentors. So this is designed, your parents have attended the meeting. It's not just for you to understand them at home, for them to understand you. It doesn't end there. It's also for you to impact on your mates, on your peers in the school that are not part of the program, because we know that it might not be all the parents that have children in a particular school that might want to. It's it's voluntary. If you don't want to register, we tell partner schools, don't make it compulsory for your parents to register. No, don't. Okay? That they will come maybe by the time they are ready, they have to wait for the next year. So they will understand. We've seen it work out in the previous life of this, earlier stages of this program. Even the children, it's the children that will now make their parents want to be now asking questions about when did this happen. Meanwhile, the children took the letters to them then. They didn't read. They just dumped the letters. The children came back with Mom, Dad, how come they inaugurated the PIPE club in our school today, and they say we cannot be part of it? Are we not students in that school? Welcome, and we'll explain to them, your parents did not attend the training. So you can now get your education through your peers that have been trained. And no, me, I want to be a member of the club too. Me too, I want to be. You see? So parents will come back and say, please, they're not letting me rest at home. How can I become part of this? So you wait for the next year, okay? If your school thinks it makes sense for them to say, we want to do training for new parents, okay? We'll come back, we'll do the training. So it's a rolling program, okay? So Now, parents who enroll with the what we call the premium package, premium family package for this program, would not need to pay any subscription for life for the entire parenting cycle, from parenting their infants to toddlers to preteens to teens to young adults. They're not paying nothing again outside of payment for the paraphernalia that their children who have been trained as peer educators are going to have as club, paraphernalia. Those are the only things that they are going to pay for. Once they register and go through the training, they don't pay. Meanwhile, other parents, we have other categories for other parents to enroll into the program, like the Essential Family Package. Those parents would pay subscriptions after 6 months. We have the last category of entry point into the program, which is called the Universal Package. The parents that register, which is also the package for our webinars. We will discuss our webinars at the appropriate times in other programs. But that's part, we would have quarterly global webinars, okay? We're planning for the first one at the end of June of this year. The very first webinar, our parenting webinar, the first one in June, and the theme is Parent Different. The sub-theme is addressing parenting deficiency syndrome. That's the sub-theme for the very first webinar, okay? At some point in breaking this program down, we'll come to discuss what parenting deficiency syndrome is. That's actually for season 9, okay? Not this season at all. In season 9, when we begin to talk about this, that seminar, that webinar, we will go into addressing what parenting deficiency syndrome is, okay? So all of this is complex, but it's organized, okay? Yes, Tony is having some challenges with the network, but it's okay. We'll manage, we'll survive, okay? We'll survive. Tony, sorry, we understand that you get to freeze out. So I'm here to fill in for both of us, but we can see you. Don't go off, please. And the moment, the times that, don't worry, we'll soon be taking the questions from community members. From there, we will know whether you're frozen or not. Okay, so those are the core components of the Engendering Family Bonding. For me, for us, is the mentorship support program that's actually key for us. But then parents have to enroll into that program by attending our training, first of all. We need to go to the basic. The basic is to go through the training. So the training qualifies parents, participating parents and families to be enrolled into COPANET, Concerned Parents Network Global, and then have their children enrolled into PIPE Global, Participatory Interactive Peer Education Club Global, okay, for their own mentorship. Oh, they are bullying me in school. What do I do? They have mentors, they have counselors and on ground to help you. I have my friend who, the way he's talking, the way she's talking, he's talking like, he's saying that he wants to commit suicide. There are counselors, there are mentors on the program to take on such children, engage them, and then help them through. There are so many other issues, eating disorders, so many things. We have professionals, experts, as mentors, as counselors in the team. We have recruited, we are still recruiting, we are not, like every country we have developed partnership, we encourage our partners in those places to bring in such qualified professionals into the fold because of cultural nuances, okay, traditional nuances in those environments that are not global, so that they can be mainstreamed into the program. This morning, we held a meeting with a partner in Cotonou in Benin Republic, West Africa. Okay, and it was like, oh, well, here we speak French, and we said, don't worry, it's language, right? Everything we're saying in English can be said in French. And most importantly, that's part of the reasons why we ask partners to recruit, to help us, to partner with us to recruit mentors, facilitators, and counselors from the geographical location in which they are to implement this program. Tonya, I will come back to you, but first, I want us to quickly see the video that we have produced for this episode for today, okay? And thereafter, we would then go ahead to look at what community members are saying, the questions they are asking, their contributions, okay? So don't go away, please. Stay with us. We're going to play you the video we have produced for this episode today. Thank you.
Every parent wants to raise confident, disciplined, emotionally balanced children, but wanting it is not enough. Without the right tools, education, and support systems, even the most devoted parents would and do struggle. Engendering Family Bonding Program is created to fill that gap. The Engendering Family Bonding Program is a structured and sustainable parenting education and mentorship initiative developed by the Universal Parenting Institute, founded by Dr. Richie Adewusi. Here is what it is designed to do for you and your family. 1. Strengthen character and family relationships. The program equips parents with practical, evidence-based, and values-oriented parenting skills that promote healthy child development, strong family bonds, and meaningful communication between parents, children, and young people, equipping parents to leverage from their cultures, traditions, family values, and applicable legal statutes. 2. Build a supportive parenting community. Parents do not have to navigate the parenting journey alone. The program connects families to a hybrid community where shared learning, structured mentorship, and peer support are available throughout every stage of the parenting experience. 3. Deliver age-appropriate, stage-relevant programming. Recognizing that parenting needs change as children grow, the program provides inclusive and engaging content that is tailored to different parenting stages, directly involving children and young people in character-building activities. 4. Reach families wherever they are. Using available technologies, platforms, and processes, the program is designed to meet parents and families at their points of need, whether in person, online, or through a hybrid approach, ensuring no family is left without support. 5. Work through 6 structured modules. The program covers spousal and partner relationships, personal growth and parenting skills, parent-child and sibling relationships, sexual and reproductive health, mental and emotional health, and careers, financial, and life skills, delivering holistic learning and practical experiences that strengthen the entire family and stabilize communities. 6. Create lifelong impact. Participants gain lifetime access to mentorship, community support through Coppernet Global, and their children automatically qualify for membership in the PIPE Global Mentorship Program, ensuring that the benefits of the program extend far beyond the training sessions. The Engendering Family Bonding Program is not a quick fix, it is a lifelong investment in yourself and your family. For more information, reach out via email at tpadmin@gmail.com or tpinformation@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. If this video is helpful, please like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Kindly share with other parents who may benefit, and stay connected with the #SlowParenting podcast community. Please subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated on all episodes in this series.
All right, so welcome back from watching that video for this week's episode. Like we say, you can download it, you can watch it as many times as you want to. You can also share the video. And if you got to the end of that video, you would have seen the QR codes for all of the books we have on parenting that are available for this series, okay? So just scan this QR code or click on the links to go to the stores where you can, any of the stores you buy things from online to get a copy of any of the books that you fancy. Okay, so Tony, welcome back. The first question we have here, this first community member say, why do you believe many parenting interventions fail to create lasting transformation in homes? Tony.
I didn't get that.
This community member is assuming that there are many parenting interventions. Okay, he's saying, why do you believe? Why do I believe? I have not said I believe. So the community member believes. I said, why do you believe that many parenting interventions fail to create lasting transformation in homes? If we can help this person to rephrase the question, why do parenting intervention not yield the desired results at home?
Okay, from my point of view, I think maybe the person was not following through. You've tried the method and you think it's a one-size-fits-all and it's not yielding the desired results, and then you dump the teachings, the policy, or whatever you've learned to pick up another one, you know. So it cannot be successful if you are not following through.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you want to proffer solution to a particular problem and you are using a particular theory, and that theory has worked for a lot of people because they followed through. They didn't jump any of the process, and it was working. But some will start the process and think it's magic, because parenting is hard work. Parenting is not a joke. It's an assignment. It's something that you don't start and drop. It's something you must see through, you must follow through, you must pray through. So maybe that's why some is not working for some and it's working for some. And some they don't even have any policy. They just do what they want when they want and think it will work. So,
okay. All right. Thank you so much, Tony. At the beginning of this program, my opening statement, one part of my opening statement was that the Engendering Family Bonding Program is not a seminar. It's not a workshop. It's not a talk show. As a matter of fact, it's not a training. It's a program. We have studied several interventions, okay? You have interventions where the parents are called together because they are new parents in a school. So they just call them together to tell them about the school, about one thing or the other in the school. And they will say they have a parenting, they have a program for talking to their parents. So that's why I say this is not a talk show. Okay? Now, that talking you talk to the parents has no component for the children. Yes, they come to school. What they come to school to do is to learn to pass exams, to gain certain certificates, certain qualification. Okay? You did not bring them, the children are not in school for parenting. Okay? But within that school environment, within that school program, this program now is designed to target both parents and their children. It's balanced. Okay? So, why have I said that? Maybe the other program that you say have not been bringing about lasting impression or lasting transformation, the way you put it here, this person. At the beginning of this program, The children themselves were the ones who complained that they want their parents to be trained. That's how we designed this program in the first place. In almost, well, over 25 years ago. The children said this program got formally off the ground in 1998. The children and young people requested in Nigeria through a summit that we organized by their request called the Youth Agenda Summit. And they titled that summit, "With the Youth of Nigeria, What We Want." Okay? So, from that, we learned that there needs to be a balance. You train the parents, you also train the children. So when they get home, there's a balance. Sorry. Sorry about that. So you train the children, you train the parents. So there's a balance. So we expect that through this process, we would have lasting transformation. Okay? This program is for both behavioral learning and behavior change. Okay? We encourage you to make a change in certain ways, certain practices, okay? Certain processes in your parenting. If you've not started, you are just we get you to learn, those behaviors that would help you in now parenting this child you just had and the other ones that will follow. Okay? So for existing parents, it's behavior change that we are talking about, because they say, this is how my mother used to do it. This is how I was taught. We are not faulting how you were taught, but we are saying there could be, and there are different ways that yield better results that are available. And we're making them available to you to choose to use. And you check for yourself which one will pay you better in terms of relationship with your children and the kind of, members of society you want them to grow up to be. Okay? The second question here says, what are the most common hidden issues you see in families that appear functional on the surface? Pastor Reverend Tony, Pastor, you would tell us what they want, the sepulcher, the white sepulcher on the outside, everything is looking beautiful. Inside, while I did. So what have you seen as a pastor, please? That's a question that this person is asking in families.
Okay. Most times, it's only when you get to the tipping point, some things in maybe the children or even the parents. All of us appear looking good, and when you are asked, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Meanwhile, you are not okay. So everybody is dressed up and covered up, and everything is covered up behind the facade, behind
everybody is masquerading inside the closet.
Yes. So when I ask, how are you doing today? And you tell me you are okay, I'll ask, what is really going on? That is a bait for me to tell you I'm available to hear you. So if you don't open up, nobody knows. But it gets to a tipping point that some children can't take it anymore. They can share with their friends, that will share with another person, that will get that to the ears of the teacher or to the ear of the pastor or to the ear of the imam. And then they will now start trying to intervene. But if you don't open up, and in the age that we are right now, most people are minding their business. Because if I'm pushing you to say, I see that you are not looking good, Tell me what is going on. It's like, what's your business with me? You don't need to ask me that. If I don't come to you for help, don't give me the help. So, but when you come to us for help, we will truly try our best to profile solution to it. So everybody is dressed up. Everybody is masquerading that everything is all right until you get to the tipping point where now it's sipping over, and then we can see it visibly that this person is not okay, that person is not okay. And if you offer help before they ask you for the help, it's like you are throwing it away. So you must wait until that person asks for help. If they don't ask for help, they are not ready for the change that you want to give to them.
Okay, thank you so much. And our last question here, I'll still come to you, Tony, because again, Pastor Reverend Tony again. This person says here, I have seen your book, Christ Esteem, as one of the resource materials. Is this program open to everyone or just Christians? Tony, did you hear that?
Parenting is universal. It is open to all. Hello?
Go ahead, I can hear you
Yes.
now. Go ahead.
I said parenting is universal. So this program is for all. It's not for a secluded part of the society. So because of the title should not stop you from being part of it. We are not trying to force people to join a religion. We are trying to show to people how to parent well.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Well, thank you. The question actually is about a particular book, Christ Esteem. And if you've been following this live stream, if you've been following this podcast, I don't mean you, Tony, anybody watching that has been following us here. Throughout the series on Christ Esteem, I kept on saying, the videos are there on YouTube. I am a Christian. I can only use what I know, okay, to encourage my listeners, my viewers, and my counselees and mentees. But you use that thing you believe in. The general principles that are presented here in this book, apply it or adapt it through your own belief system, okay, and use. So like Tony has said, that's just one book. There are 5 books, and there are millions of books on, well, let me not say millions. There are tens, if not hundreds of thousands of books on parenting, okay? These books I have written. In this program, we are not limiting the resource materials to my books only, no, okay? We're not using only my books as resource materials for this program. We find books that are relevant to what we are advocating. We recommend it to parents to use. We recommend it for parents to go to get as well. But in the main, the Class A resource materials for this program are the 5 parenting books I have today. I have a new series coming up that would get out there, because we're going to break parenting down. How do you parent an infant? How do you parent a toddler? How do you parent a preteen? How do you parent a teenager? How do you parent a young adult? Now, how do you parent adults? Some of us, we are adults, we are grandparents, but we have parents who are still parenting us. Okay? So as a grandparent, parenting that your child who has its own children, what should your relationship be? So in all of this, we are there's an endless discussion that we are going to continue to have. Okay, Tony is having some very serious challenges over her network, but I'm glad we have come to that point of the program where we say thank you so very much for being part of our show today. Don't forget the book, my new book, Effective Co-Parenting, is now out for pre-order. You can book your orders by scanning the QR code that you find on your screen, or you can wait if you want and buy directly on the 8th of April, when it is finally released by Amazon. Okay, the official release date is the 8th of April, but right now it's available for you to pre-order. Okay, so thank you so very much for being part of our show today. We are grateful and we enjoy you to join us on the next one, same time, Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, US and Canada, and 7 p.m. West African time, including Nigeria. Till we'll come your way again. My name is still Richie Adewusi. This is Nostalgia Media's the Slow Parenting podcast. And on TikTok, it is the Parenting for All Seasons live stream. Thank you so much. I'll say bye-bye on behalf of Tony, who's having some technical issues. Okay, till we see you in the next one. Bye. Be good.